Bonjour, je m'appelle Rabea.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Sound Like an Andertons TV.
Hello!
You may have noticed that I started this video in French.
I didn't notice.
You didn't?
No, sorry.
Well, there's a reason for that. That reason is because today...
We're sounding like Gojira.
By
busting the bank.
We did it without busting the bank. We had Joss come in and sit in for this one.
Yeah, that was a last
But since then, Matt's become a metalhead.
Yeah, I now love the metal and will be playing myself.
Yeah, all he listens to is metal now.
Yep,
so it was actually Matt that introduced me to Gojira.
It actually seriously was.
Yeah.
Because they are great. Anyway, let's go and pick some gear and try and sound like them.
Looking for guitars.
Yes, we are. So Joe Duplantier has a signature Charvel, a more affordable one, and also a really expensive kind of £3,000 model.
Christian Andreu, I don't know if that's how you say his name, but he's signature Jackson.
Okay.
So we're stood right next to Charvel.
Yes.
And Jackson.
So my issue, just from the off, is his SIGs. Well, his affordable SIG is probably too affordable.
Yeah.
For
he plays a white guitar though, so I mean, there you go.
He does play a white guitar. Thanks. And they have Seymour Duncans in.
Yeah, no, that's pretty nice.
How much are we on? Still 729.
Yeah, but Charvel is actually really affordable for what you get. I mean, like, I look at this and I think, you know what? That's actually, even though the fingerboard's mucky because it's been played by a lot of kids, it's a really nice looking guitar.
For 829, yeah.
For 829, you know, you can't really go wrong.
Okay, that could be a shout. EC-1000. Oh, it's got a piezo. I don't really need a piezo. Maybe that's a bit more cash that I don't need to spend. But either way, Seymour Duncans, it's got this kind of two-piece bridge. So apart from shape, it's fairly similar to Joe Duplantier's guitar. I'm gonna keep looking though.
So Christian plays Jackson V. He's got his own signature. Obviously they're made out in like the US custom shop, so they're really expensive. They also don't have them in stock. I have found a Jackson V, and I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm not gonna play a V because I can't. I really struggle on V guitars. So I'm thinking passive humbuckers. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Jackson. It's just that obviously you can keep on brand with that kind of thing. I mean, I'm struggling.
Yeah, we've been around the block a few times in life, but also in this guitar store.
Yeah.
So
you've just landed on a guitar, haven't you?
Yeah, I kind of came back to this one. I've looked at everything, but this is a pair of Seymour Duncans, the two-part bridge. I guess this was a mahogany body too, so although it's not the same shape, it's not a T-type.
You got piezo.
And I don't need a piezo particularly. This is probably the closest in configuration that I can find to Joe Duplantier's guitar. Yeah,
I'm really struggling. Really, what I've landed on at this point is just a set of passive pickups that have got a bit of grunt to them. This is 1269. This is a Prestige.
That's nice.
This is nice, but I'm not sure if it's a baritone. Is it a baritone? I don't think it is. This is the Ibanez RG R6528 HBF-WK. So I feel like I'm just kind of copping out a bit and just finding a guitar for the sake of it. But like, I could go Charvel with Seymour Duncans. These have got DiMarzio, so it's kind of swings and roundabouts, isn't it? This is more expensive. I don't know.
Why do you feel like you're copping out? Why just go
because
for it? Jump in the pool.
See, I like Matt's confidence here. Really, it's a toss-up between the Charvel stuff at £829-ish, £900, or this. I feel like
this is also nice if you want to save a bit of moolah.
Well, we're not. It's by busting, so I don't have to save any money. You know what? I'm going to go with this.
Cool.
I think the longer I've been holding it, the more I think it's probably going to do a decent job. So
I'm just wondering.
This is my guitar. So we're looking for amplifiers.
Yes, we are.
We are stood by the pillar of power.
This is.
It is. And actually, this is where all the Victory amps are housed. They play EVH amps.
They play EVH
5150s.
amps. I'm going to go and find one of those.
Yeah, and I figured, you know, 5153s and EVH amps and all that kind of stuff, that American 6L6 like high gain sound, there's only one that I've seen EVH amp in stock.
Yeah.
And even though you can call me biased, it busts the bank. It's roughly 1,300 something pounds, is the Victory VX100 Super Kraken. And the reason I'm going with this is because obviously one channel's based on that kind of British, one channel's based on the more American high gain sound. This is 6L6 and it's got a built-in boost, so I can get that. I think this is going to do the job.
So Joe Duplantier uses 5150 amps. Here I found an EVH 5150. It's the 50 watt head Mark III 6L6 version. So hopefully we'll be able to crank it pretty loud because it's not the 100 watt version. At 999, significantly bust the bank. I'm set. Okay, we're in the land of pedals.
Yeah, I'm still holding this guitar.
I was just going to
I've
say,
been holding it for the whole episode.
can't let go.
That's how much I love it. Yeah, we need pedals.
Fine. Well, we need a. You'll need a pitch shifty whammy.
Whammy, probably. There's a whammy in stock, DT. And I just need maybe a bit of reverb or delay for just some of the leadier lines that go over the top. It's not really a mainstay of the rig, because last time we just used distortions and amps to get the main riffing tones.
We did.
It's just a few little subtle details. So I might get like a Dispatch Master or like an RV6, literally just to give me a bit of something.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I've got reverb either, so I might chuck in a little bit of something, but I don't really need anything. It's all riffs and power, but I might get something as a little pusher to the amp.
So whammy DT and a couple of reverb delay-ish pedals. Should we go see what it sounds like?
Let's do that.
And we've made it to the video room.
Yes, we have, in this French metal adventure to sound like Gojira.
That is exactly what this is. It's a French metal adventure.
It is.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we really enjoyed doing the last one, but this has been fun because obviously there's no limitations when it comes to budget.
Exactly. So we've had a bit more fun with a bit more expensive gear. And without further ado, what have you been playing?
Without further ado, let's do it. The chair wants to do it. Right. This is the Ibanez RG miscellaneous number, is my new model name for all Ibanez guitars that are RGs. Because there's that many numbers after the RG that what's the point? Anyway, it's a really good guitar.
It's a really nice guitar, actually.
I'm surprised.
It's a pretty one.
To be honest, in the shop, I kind of felt like I had to make do with something.
Okay.
But I'm glad this is the guitar I had to make do with.
Yeah, does it play as well as it looks?
Yeah, it plays really easy. I'd restrung it, albeit with the wrong strings.
Okay.
I was meant to put heavier strings on, I put the same on, and it's supposed to be in D standard.
So it's a bit floppy.
It's a little bit floppy, so I have to play quite light. But it's a hardtail, it's pretty sturdy, tuning's stable, it's got locking tuners on it, as you can see. And yeah, generally speaking, I can't really complain. It's a Prestige, so it's made in Japan, about 1,200 quid, Damasio pickups. I don't know what they are, but I know they're Damasio.
And the pickups.
Yes. Anyway, that runs directly into this Whammy DT on the ground, which we used for one excerpt, which you can see here. And then from that goes into the Victory VX100 Super Kraken, which is an awesome amplifier. And in the loop, I've got the Keeley Caverns, literally just for a little bit of reverb and delay on one of the tracks. Yeah, we're attenuating because we wanted to get the high headroom kind of driven tones. So I'm running into the tube amp expander, attenuating, and I'm coming out of the Black Star cab with V30s.
Nice.
And that's basically my rig.
Okie doke. Well, this is my guitar. This is an ESP LTD EC-1000 in this kind of quilty blue, two-piece bridge here. It has a piezo, as mentioned in the shop, so you can switch that on here, but not used in Gojira, obviously. Pair of Seymour Duncan pickups, what looks like a rosewood board, locking tuners, nice glossy neck. And to be honest, it's not I'd much prefer that to my tastes, but this was the best spec on spec. Yeah. And actually, it's been really nice to play. I restrung it with 11 to 52s.
Which is what I should have restrung mine with.
Yeah, which has actually been, it's way easier to play these kind of riffs when you've got like a bit of tightness. So yeah, that's really good. and that's running directly into the front of this, which is an EVH 5150 Mark III. It's the 6L6 version, and I do know that Joe Duplantier of Gojira, he uses both, I think, the EL34 and the 6L6.
Interesting.
So I think he uses one at front of house and one for his monitoring or something like that.
Right.
Anyway, I didn't have the luxury of choice here, and I only could
That was the only one in the shop.
That was the only one we had. So hopefully it sounds like close enough. That's running into this, which is a Victory 2x12, which I believe...
It's got the creambacks in it.
Yeah, it's creambacks in it, which isn't kind of... And he uses the EVH matching cabs. We haven't got any of those available. So hoping...
It's not the right kind of speaker really for that amp, but we've gotten as close as we can, and it sounds pretty heavy.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
So before I get into the pedal tones, this is basically the guitar straight into the amp. And basically the VX100 has the boost on the front. So for the most part, I did use that. But for the last excerpt with my little bit of lead, I took it off. So let me put it back on. Nearly fell off my chair. This is how it sounds. Which sounds really good.
Sounds great.
It's attenuated pretty heavily, so I'm running the gain, the master volume's nearly at halfway, so that would be really loud, because it's 100 watt 6L6. It sounds like a kind of metal rhythm tone, to be honest.
Sure. Well, which is what they're all about, really. Big riffs, and then obviously a bit of pitch shift in here and there.
So I'll do the ambience real fast. This is what I had going on. Basically that.
Cool.
And then I had a momentary octave and dry signal together.
And that was to get the kind of upper and the lower.
To do the...
Yeah, so I think in real life, don't they both do it?
Yeah.
But then bass and drums are obviously sitting in the middle.
Yeah.
And it was for context, it was better that one of us played chords and the other had that.
That was my momentary sound, and then my other sound was using the whammy to get the... And that's basically... And that's, I mean, it's more or less how it sounds.
I think I remember last episode we couldn't afford all of those.
No, we couldn't. It's either we couldn't afford it or it wasn't in stock.
Yeah, fine.
But so it was an expression.
But they sound legit.
It's the sound, isn't it?
It's the sound.
Yeah. That's my sound. That's everything that I've got going on.
Sweet. So, this is what I sound like.
That is a sound.
It is a sound. It's a large sound.
I actually think that that's really good in that creamback cab. It's not harsh in any way.
No. Well, we had a few to choose from, and I happened to just go for the one that was, I guess, a little bit matchy. In fact, not. They're completely different vibes. Yeah. They're both nearly white.
Yeah. But the creamback speaker has it. I was saying earlier, quite a harsh treble roll-off.
Yeah.
So those amps actually got quite a bit of fizz in the top, which you can't really make out on this cab because of the speaker.
No,
which I prefer.
And the fact that mine's also attenuated through the aux box, albeit I think are we on a similar? You're
nearly on. You're two notches down in attenuation terms.
Yeah, it's fine, just over half then. But my amp is actually the master is still only on a third.
It's pretty kicking though.
Yeah, it still kicks out a lot of heat here, but sounds
I
really
must
good.
admit, I prefer that to how I normally know they sound, if that makes sense.
Right,
and I
right.
believe that might be because there's a bit of tone either sucked out from the attenuation or the speaker.
Got
but
you.
to me, that sounds better than they normally do.
Well, it sounds really,
In the
really,
room.
it sounds really thick, so
Yeah.
hopefully that comes across. But there you go. That's how to sound like Gojira by Busting the Bank.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we did some justice to the riffage at hand. Although it's not exactly the gear that I would have personally gone for, specifically the guitar, I'm still really chuffed with the way it sounds.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat, but I'm really chuffed. Actually, the guitar turned out really, really well, and the sounds. And I think the main thing with this is obviously getting great gear that stays in tune, especially when you stick heavy strings on it. So
It's always fun doing by-bustings.
it's doing a great job, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, all the links to all the gear is in the description box below.
Yes, let us know how you think we did and who else you'd like us to sound like.
And on that note, I've been Rabea.
And I've been Matt.
And this has been Sound Like on Andertons TV.
See you next time.